This might get weird.
We rolling?
I think so.
What up? Cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
We are drinking little champagnes because we are podcasting at brunch time on a Sunday.
Oh, the Lord's Day, Sunday, Day of Suns, according to my Lord and Savior, Michael Buckley.
Sorry, we had to take a sip. We had to. Speaking of Michael Buckley, who lives in Denver, guys, if you don't know already, we are going on tour so soon.
Get fucking
amped.
Yeah.
And tickets.
And tickets. And get your fucking credit cards out and like put that cash money down.
They will not let you through the door because you're just amped enough. You have got to be stamped after you get a ticket. We are going to, first of all, Phoenix. We're going to...
I don't know this is not in the correct order, and I just did this yesterday because I made some graphics for us to promote. This is how good we are at promoting. We're going to Phoenix. We're going to Denver, Dallas, Detroit, Minneapolis, Portland, and Seattle.
Yes.
Not in that order. Everything is on our social medias constantly.
But I do know the first show, it's an earlier one, is July 25th.
Yes.
In Phoenix. So get your tickets ASAP because they are running out and we want to come hang out with you.
Yeah. And you did a solo show in Phoenix and had the best time. So why not go back at the hottest month of the year and really cram into an air-conditioned space?
You know what I loved about the Phoenix show? Is that I knew that people who were there really wanted to come because like 2 blocks away, there was a Maroon 5 concert. And so I was like, you guys, every bar was filled with the kind of woman pines after Adam Levine while her husband goes and plays golf.
Do you remember the first time that we did a show in Phoenix at the Phoenix Improv?
Yes, it was during the day. It was like a 2 p.m. show.
It was like a 2 p.m. on a Sunday, and it was the first area that I visited that made me understand what Breaking Bad was about.
Yes.
But then we went and Dana Carvey was performing after us.
Oh my God.
And you talked me up because I was like, my dad loves Dana Carvey. And you were like, leave your book. Just leave your book in the green room.
Yeah, we played at 2 and he was playing at 7. I was like, Grace, sign a book for Dana. Leave it in the green room.
And I did, and I have no idea whatever happened. So Dana, if you're listening, because obviously you are a converted fan as of however many years ago that was.
I mean.
Oh, that was so great. Also, the green room didn't connect to the stage.
Nope.
That was also the show that you broke someone that claimed that they had their mom's ashes or grandmother's ashes in their purse with them.
I don't remember. This is crazy.
Many moons ago.
But we're going back and we're going on tour. And now that we've talked about going on tour for a few minutes, we'll start talking normal. But we just had to throw it out there out of the top.
Because we've been told that we do not promote correctly or...
No, we're bad at this. We're really bad at this.
So we want you all to show up. If anything, it's going to be a place that has air conditioning. There you go.
Grace, out of the gate.
Yeah.
You can tell that I finally finished cleaning out my old storage unit because look to your right.
I know Wispy's here.
It's the pillow of Wispy that you bought me, the dog that got away.
Oh my God. Okay. If you're watching the video portion, which we upload every week, and you should know that, you can see this beautiful pillow of Wispy. How would you describe for people that can't watch it and are only listening?
Wispy is a dog I found on Pet Finder pre-Beans that kind of looks like Beans if she was covered in Santa's beard.
Yeah.
They've got a pretty similar look. But Grace, when I tried to adopt this dog and it went to a family, she got me a pillow made of Wispy. You went through a pillow making phase.
I went through and I'm still in the personalized gift phase. I mean, I think that's both of our strong suits. Is
I think that's a phase. I think that's a lifestyle.
I think, yeah, exactly. It's like keto.
No, I'm off of it. I'm done, man. It made me gain weight. I gained 5 pounds.
Also, I haven't made a pillow in a long time, so I'm also off that game.
Yeah.
For a moment. But I did make 11,000 pounds of denim jackets for my family over Christmas.
That's true.
But
I finished cleaning out the storage unit and I consolidated everything I had in there to one
Good
Tupperware.
For you. That's insane.
We moved it to a new one that actually has air conditioning and
a new storage unit. Okay.
Like a real one with a gate and stuff. This one
was like
so
a shed in a man's backyard.
Yeah, it was like speaking of termites, there was rotting stairs. It was on the second floor. There was no elevator. So basically, Chip moved his shit out to the new one. And I was like, I need to go take care of mine. I need to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I went there. I took out anything that I took out anything I wanted. And it was barely anything. And then I just took out anything personal.
Yeah.
And I hired someone to clean out the rest.
You did. Because you don't want to look through it.
No, it's less look through. I looked through everything.
Sure.
It was more, I didn't want to carry 20 boxes down a rickety flight of stairs and all I do is see myself fall to my death.
Fair.
Like every time I walk downstairs, I picture myself
You're like,
breaking my face.
You need legs.
So Chip gave me shit about hiring someone, about throwing money at the situation.
Like a TaskRabbit situation?
Oh, get ready.
Oh, no.
So,
because I know the ping pong table TaskRabbit situation.
yeah, there's a lot of, I have a history of TaskRabbits.
Okay.
No, don't be scared. It's hilarious.
Okay.
So I come home and I'm like, all right, I got my shit out. It's in the new storage unit. Someone's coming to pick up the rest of the boxes and bring them to donation tomorrow. He was like, you hired someone? I was like, yeah. He goes, remember, you have a boyfriend with a truck. And I was like, yeah, but I said I was going to take care of my stuff.
Right.
Without your help.
Right.
Okay. I'm a strong, independent woman who throws money at the situation.
All the ladies who are independent, get on TaskRabbit and sign up.
No. So what he doesn't know, and he'll hear this when he's riding in said truck, is I hired collegehunks.com.
No. What? I've seen these trucks. Wait. This is impossible.
Okay. I just Googled, I Googled people who will clean out storage units, Los Angeles.
Well,
and they had the lowest quote.
Good for them. Just for people
Already
to give
so
you
defensive.
some context. I know you're like they were efficient.
Yeah.
They were no, to give you some context in Los Angeles, and I've never seen this any other city that I've been in.
Oh.
There's a lot of like trucks, obviously, that do a lot of like
moving.
But there's like naked maid trucks.
I took pictures of the topless maid's van yesterday.
So that I remember when I first came here, I wasn't even living here. I just like subleased a place for like a month, and I saw those like strategically placed those vans just completely advertised.
Pink.
Yeah, everywhere in West Hollywood. And
it's like, do you like porn and clean floors? Have we got the service for you?
And this is pre-TaskRabbit, pre-Postmates, all of it. And I was like, this is truly grassroots
Would
promotion.
you like your towels fluffed and your dick fluffed?
There you go. And then I remember a couple years ago seeing that van. What's it called again?
It's College Hunks.
College Hunks. I mean, they know exactly what they're doing. They took this to Shark Tank and all the sharks passed, and then they made it themselves.
Exactly. So here's the deal. I called to arrange College Hunks, and it's nationwide because they were like, what city are you calling from, etc.
Look, these kids are academics. So
well, I'm at my storage unit. It's balls hot.
This is the most stressful thing. This is like someone hiring a stripper for my birthday if they actually... Oh, Chip walked in.
Chip, you can't hear this part of the podcast. You're going to be surprised. Okay, bye. He just left. Okay. No. So I get there. I see the College Hunks truck park in this like awkward parking lot. Out comes two twins who are not in college and not hunks.
Oh, so it's basically like 90210 casting for the College Hunks moving company.
I forget their name, were Abdul and Moses.
Okay.
They had matching beards and they were 45.
But they knew.
I was like, I just got swindled. I wanted a shirtless boy named Brad.
You got bamboozled. You wanted the Alpha Chi Omega president.
I want to be like, excuse me, guys, can I see a copy of your current class schedule? What's your GPA?
Show me a syllabus.
Yeah.
One.
Truly, I was like, I got fucking punked.
Well, I think they probably rationalized that like, oh, if we can't send her college age, we'll send her twins. That's just as hot, seemingly.
No. That poor guy, I was like, can I just pay and leave? He was like, yes. And he was like,
do you need me to sign a paper so you get credits this semester?
Right, exactly. Yeah, do you need an excuse to be missing class right now? And so he was like, and where's the elevator? And I was like, there is not one, honey. That's why you're hired. And I left and I could see he was like his knees were probably bad. These were older men.
Yeah.
So that's how I got her done in the truest fashion.
I mean, support your local businesses.
Mm-hmm. That was the start of my Saturday. Anyway, I've got more, but what have you been up to?
Well, okay. So one, you had a very different Saturday, I know, than I did. Elliot went out of town to Florida yesterday morning, and I'm headed out tomorrow morning to meet him in Florida.
You guys love Florida.
One of
Elliot's
us
got a healthy relationship with his parents.
No, it'll be very fun. But I took the entire day. I got sucked into Making a Murderer 2. I watched 10 straight hours.
Stop it, really?
Making a Murderer 2 yesterday in my house.
Is that why you texted me this morning and said you didn't sleep well last night, Grace?
Because I woke up twice in the middle of the night, drenched in sweat. My sheets are currently in my dryer because they have to be fully cleaned.
I never watched the first one.
I watched the first one and then I forgot about the second one because everyone had mixed opinions. And
Is it the same subject? Is it the same dude?
It's the follow-up. It's the same two dudes, and it's the follow-up where like this really notable, like not infamous, but like a popular lawyer that has gotten people off for wrongful accusations and like wrongful whatever.
Yeah.
She takes on his case finally. And so it's following kind of her and the Innocence Project that is out of Chicago. That's out of like Northeastern. Yeah. They basically it's like here's the
we want to get him exonerated.
Since the success of the first season, quote unquote, of this documentary, there's been so much media and public attention on this case. So now all these high profile like lawyers and like companies are coming to try and help. And now we're going to chronicle if this actually works and like show you more about how the system works. It's nuts. It's pretty bonkers. And so, but you know me, I like to binge from start to finish if everything's available.
Yeah, but I can't believe you did that on
10
the
hours.
night that your boyfriend was not going to be there and you were going to be home alone.
This is my thing because I know that a boyfriend isn't going to want to binge 10 hours of making
I just meant because you're going to be scared as shit.
That too. I mean, it's not that actually scary. The scary thing is how broken our justice system is.
Wow. That's a soundbite. We don't just talk about poop. iTunes reviews.
Adopt, don't chop.
We have a message.
I did that, but earlier in the week, I did some really new adult situations this week. I bought a hot tub.
She did. You guys, I'm so jealous.
I know. You know, maybe you know that Mamrie used to have a hot tub in this location.
I live for hot tubs. I would hot tub in the morning with coffee and hot tub every day at 5 p.m. with a cocktail.
So I've been talking about it with Elliot for a while because he also is.
I'm also happy for you. I'm not just jealous. I'm also happy for you.
No, jealousy comes from happiness.
Jealousy is the sincerest form of flattery.
So I like bit the bullet. I've been emailing with this one company.
I bit the bullet. I got my tooth fixed, and then I went to the hot tub store. I got that
one surgery I needed.
And he was like, "Quit biting bullets, you freak! Your teeth are weak."
I went. I bought it, and it was really funny because when I first went to the company, I had been emailing with this guy back and forth at this one like showroom. Went there, and he wasn't there, but his like colleague was there. And when he was super helpful. We're checking out, and then he was like, "I heard you're like a YouTube person." He was so nice about it, and so he's like, "Maybe you could leave us like a Yelp review." And I was like, "I'll do anything. Like, how many more discounts can I get?"
Discount. But amazing.
So the other thing that when you, for anyone out there that is considering this niche situation of ordering a hot tub.
That's for sure our demographic.
Yeah, this is what I've been saving up for. And so I finally like did it. And what you need to do is have an electrician come to your house. And so the company I bought the hot tub from has an electrician that they work with all the time. And so he came over to my house to check out my situation. And turns out now I've gained a new father. This man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Who I thought his name was Robert for like 2 days, and it's James.
Okay.
But he doesn't. So he calls me before he comes. He has to come.
This is the electrician.
The electrician has to come and check out to make sure that the outlets are strong enough for a hot tub to be installed.
Totally.
And so he calls me like the day before he wants to come, and I thought he was going to show up and be like 75 years old because he talked to me on the phone. He literally, when he was asking me where I lived, I was like, "You have my address." And he's like, what highway is off? What highway is that off? Is that
like,
the 110?
Google it, bitch.
I was like, I don't know. I use my tech. And so this guy, and then he goes through his whole day. He's like, "So my first appointment is in this town. I think I can probably swing by you after, and then I can probably." And so it was like a 20-minute phone call. And so I told Elliot, I was like, "I think this man might be 70 years old that shows up."
Right.
He shows up the next day. He looks like Will Sasso.
Is he a college hunk? Oh, Will Sasso.
I mean, that's some person's college hunk
electricians.
He shows up and he is He just shows up full Bluetooth, like it's an SNL character.
Oh, I love this.
And it's so great. He's like, so doesn't give a fuck.
His name's James or Charles or James Charles? Okay.
James. Oh, yeah. James Charles showed up looking like Will Sasso.
Like, wow, you really did lose some followers. You had to become an electrician?
Oh, my God. Okay. And then he walks into the house and he's still talking to me because he like can't believe the neighborhood that I live in. And he goes, with full Bluetooth in as he walks in, I'm like, my dog's in the back, Goose is screaming, and I
wish Goose screamed instead of barking. That'd be hilarious.
That's what I think dog barking sounds like. Dog screaming. Just like, ah!
You're welcome, listeners.
And so he literally, the first thing he says is, my uncle, I called my aunt on the way up. My uncle's buried somewhere up here, and I've never been here. And I was like, okay, hi, nice to meet you. So my dog's in the back. She's going to scream a lot, but like, here's where it's going. So then he comes, he looks at everything. He like takes his time. We have like a heart to heart oddly about like, what do I do for, like, we're leaning over my deck, like looking as the sun is setting. So then he comes. Aww. Yeah, it was like hilarious. I was like, this is very funny. And then the next day he comes to install all the pieces. Like, go buy everything. He comes to install the pieces. And I thought I should have asked more questions about how long this would take. I thought it'd take maybe like an hour or two. It took like 6 hours for him to do this situation.
It's the nest install all over again.
And so I'm just sitting quietly in my home, and Goose is like pushed away because she can't be around humans. And so I just kept texting Elliot in real time, just being like, this is a real dad-daughter sitch right now. Like, he is working, and like his phone would go off literally every 10 minutes. And
because dads love to talk on the phone.
But he would either pick it up or ignore it, and he'd let it ring. He wouldn't hang it up. And so it was really, really funny. And then, so he finally is like, he has to go to Home Depot and get new parts. And I'm like, you're fine to leave your stuff here. It's cool. He comes back in, and then finally, like, he can tell I'm getting a little like flustered of like, how long is this going to take?
Totally. I'm trying to watch Making the Murderer.
Yeah. Well, I was like sitting, and I don't have my office space, and everything is like discombobulated right now. So I have no place to sit. I feel you. So, then he finally is like, we finished this up. He added all these pipes. It was great. It was very funny. And so then he's going through like his ledger. And so I'm like, great, we're done. Here we go. Finally, like, let me pay him out and everything's great. And he's outside. I'm in my kitchen, and I just hear that fucking bitch over my, like, through my kitchen window.
Oh my God. And he turned heel.
When I was like, you okay? And he comes into my house, and we're having this very like loose, funny, like candid conversation back and forth with each other. And he just goes, my brother's ex-girlfriend got into my office again. And I was like, And he comes in with his ledger, and he opens it up, and it's just a yellow, like, lined legal piece pad of paper with a giant smiley face on it.
Okay.
And he goes, my mom let her into my office, and she put these every fucking where in my office that this his brother's ex-girlfriend
breaks into his office to draw smiley faces on things.
Smiley faces everywhere.
And what a psychopath.
He opened it up and went, that fucking bitch.
Hold on. Okay. Wait.
But then
that sounds like a serial killer, like the smiley face serial killer.
That's what I was trying to say. I was like, that sounds like a serial killer, but also at the same time, I'm trying to kind of expedite this like paying process.
You don't need him to then like open a beer and sit and really pour his heart out.
As much as I had to hold off on being like, do you want to grab a beer, like, and talk to me about my life and advise me? Shit. But then he's like showing me this, and I'm like laughing and going, this is insane in my brain. And then he turns over to like my hallway, and he just points at something. He goes, that's my motto. And I looked at it, and it's your sign, fucking prove it.
Really?
It's your sign that says fucking prove it. And I was like, that's your motto? He goes, yeah, my ex-wife used to tell me to prove it all the time.
Holy
so now
shit.
That's my motto, fucking prove it.
James is my dad too.
Yeah, and then he told me that my yard smelled like dog shit, and that my boyfriend should stop smoking.
Well, he really turned into a different kind of dad at the end.
That was all within like the last 10 minutes.
Fucking prove it. Your yard smells like dog shit, and your boyfriend should stop smoking.
Who's the smoker? He should stop.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Have you had any follow-up?
We have not. Because
have you had any hot tub time?
Yeah, the hot tub is great.
Really? I want to come over now.
It's really fun, but it's also I feel very vulnerable in it because we also bought like a privacy screen because I have a deck that like all the homes around me can see like my deck from the outside.
Look in.
And so it's not like it's in a backyard that's enclosed in a fence. So I'm getting used to trying to figure out where my comfort level is on like sitting in a hot tub.
You need to be able to do like naked sexy time.
Sure, but also I just like being in a bathing suit in a hot tub feels like everyone gets a free episode of The Bachelor.
But also, when I had my hot tub, like if you're by yourself, why the fuck would you put on a bathing suit? You know what I mean? I know. So it's like, why would you put on a wet, why would you even deal with it? You get in naked.
I know.
I've never said naked. Naked in my life.
That's a rapper that we haven't heard from yet.
Naked. I was just thinking that if there was a college hunks equivalent of hot tub installers,
that would be illegal.
They should be called the pipe layers.
Yeah.
Like everything about what I set up sounded like it was the start of a porno. But
what if you do you remember that reality show that was like Beauty and the Geek?
Yes.
There was a brief moment, this has never been said before, that my brother Tim was thinking about going on that show.
Stop it, really?
He was offered while he was at MIT. He was offered to be on that show. And me and the guy I was dating at the time were like, you should not do this.
You should not. It will haunt you forever.
This is not what you want. And you're like 20 years old and this is not what you want. Just try YouTube first and then get like bogged down by those comments.
Totally. It's like all those people. I had a friend in college who ended up like going to law school and my roommate in college, Erica, but she always auditioned for Real World. And I was like, you don't want this. Like you want to be, at the time she wanted to be a journalist.
Right.
And then she ended up being a lawyer. And I was like, you will never live down the fucking Real World.
Exactly. That Stephen Slap heard around the world will never be lived down.
Truly, the world started spinning differently that day.
But I was going to say, if you take like Beauty and the Geek people and have them install hot tubs and you call them hot duds.
Hot duds.
Or hot dubs, people that just come in that are like musically people. And they just
I think we got to work. We're not taking this to Shark Tank.
Nope.
Well, hey there, fine listener. Did you know that your teeth still move as you get older? And if you want to get them fixed, the last thing you feel like doing is slapping your mouth full of metal braces, am I right? Well, lucky for you, I'm happy to tell you about Candid, the clear alternative to braces. Candid has an orthodontist who is licensed in your state to help create a treatment plan just for you. And Candid only uses experienced orthodontists, okay? No newbies fresh on the job. They even create, now this is cool, a 3D preview of what the final results are going to be like. So once you approve your 3D preview, Candid creates a custom clear aligner that will be sent directly to you. That means no hassle of having to go into the orthodontist's office, talk to the receptionist, make all that small talk, watch a weird guy peruse a children's magazine. Candid costs 65% less than braces, so you can save thousands of dollars and have straighter, brighter teeth in an average of just 6 months. That's nothing, okay? You can have straight teeth by New Year's Eve for that big old smooch. So you're one step away from getting straighter, brighter teeth. To learn more at candidco.com/TMGW and use the code TMGW to get $75 off. That's candidco.com/TMGW, code TMGW for 75 big old dollars off.
So that's been my week. I know you've had a very hilarious week because you went to...
I didn't even have a hilarious week. I had a hilarious day. Like yesterday was college hunks to CatCon.
Okay, here's the thing. I went through all my emails.
I know.
And I knew I got an invite to CatCon.
I know you did. I'll tell you the story. I know you did. I did not. I fucking paid for it.
What?
I paid for CatCon. And that shit is not cheap. Parking alone was $15. A one-day pass was $45. I was 60 in. Okay. I knew I had like a couple things to talk about today. One of them, I think I'm going to save for tour, and that is one cleaning out the storage unit. I found the 69-page fan fiction book that someone wrote about me and Iron Man, Tony Stark falling in love.
I did not know that existed. It looks amazing.
It's amazing.
Save it.
So I'm going to save that for tour. Yeah. But I was like, I don't have that much to talk about. So once the hunks were doing their thing unattended, I was like, I'm going to go to fucking CatCon by myself. Fuck it.
I was so...
It's a CatCon, if you're not hearing it right, is a cat convention.
Yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. I went through finally all my emails on like Friday night and saw that I had an invite through like an old booker for my podcast for CatCon. And I was like, shoot, it's way too late.
I will get there.
Okay.
Through how I know that you got invited and didn't attend. So I get to CatCon. I'm like, here we go. You know, everyone's wearing, there's more cat ears than an Ariana Grande con.
By yourself?
Yeah. 100%.
Are you with Chip?
No, I'm by myself.
Okay.
I do this shit by myself. I'm not trying to have Chip distract me. So out of the gate, it's exactly who you think would be attending CatCon. Mm-hmm. Cat lovers, parents with children.
Yes.
Cat like pun shirts all over the place.
Perfect.
I walk in and immediately see a woman who has like a motorized scooter with a sign on front that says Cat Lacey. She's dressed like Khaleesi and she has Game of Thrones behind her on her motorized scooter. I was like, you've won CatCon.
Yeah.
But so I walk in and, you know, it's a convention. So it's basically like a marketplace for people to shop. Like there isn't a ton going. Right. There were cat meet and greets. I was like, I'm not fucking paying to meet a cat today. Sorry.
You're like, I'll pay when they want to collaborate on a video with me.
Right. I met Grumpy Cat, R.I.P. And we did a video with Lil Bub. So
and
like,
I paid my way for that. That was my CatCon.
Yes, that was a full across the country plane ticket. But so I walk in and I'm like, all right, there's like motorized cat toys and like things like that.
Yeah.
And then I see there's one little stage area as soon as I walk in and I get closer and on My Favorite Murder, they have like their dude, you know, who their engineer named Steven. And I was like, is that Steven from My Favorite Murder dressed as Garfield leading the Purr cast on stage?
What? Connection.
So I was like, that's Steven, I think. And like they talk about his mustache. And then I look at the schedule. I guess he has a side podcast called the Purrcast. Shout out to this. So he's on stage dressed head to toe as Garfield.
As you do.
As Garfield. Georgia and Karen, if you're listening, you guys know about Purrcast, right? So that's happening. But I recognize there's someone from the audience talking. There's a woman. She's showing pictures of her cat from her phone and telling a story and puts it up. So I guess towards the end, rather than Q&A, they were like, tell us a funny story about your cat. The next guy takes the mic. He turns around. He is selling it. And I realize that's my trivia guy.
What?
That's my trivia host, my bar trivia host. Lauren, if you're listening, I saw you. You practically mic dropped that story about your cat. I couldn't hear it, but I was like, okay, I've been here 30 seconds and Steven from My Favorite Murder is on stage dressed as Garfield as Lauren, my bar trivia host, who like knows me and we like comment on each other's stuff on Instagram. He hosted my like book party, is being like, and meanwhile, Fufu will not eat kibbles. Like whatever. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I was like, all right, I can't be seen by Lauren. Like I just don't feel like having a convo right now. I feel like being invisible.
Yeah, what a weird feeling to have immediately walking into CatCon is seeing people, like seeing an ex at a wedding.
Right? Totally. And I don't even know Steven. So I was like, this is just, who knows?
Yeah.
So I bust a right. I'm like, we got to get out of here. And I'm walking and I'm looking. And then I see this like vision in lavender. Lavender shoes, lavender skirt, lavender shirt, lavender denim jacket, lavender wig, lavender beret with like the CatCon map in front of the face walking towards me. And I'm like, is this a Sanrio, like a Hello Kitty character?
Yeah.
What is going on? Who is this cutie? Map lowers. It's Miles J. It's our friend Miles J, decked head to toe. Miles is incredible.
Most beautiful human
ever. So I'm like, Miles, what are you doing here? And Miles is like, oh, they asked me if I wanted to come. And I was like, I paid for this shit. Miles like, I don't even have a cat. I'm like, I got a dog.
I got a dog that's smaller than all these cats.
Which, by the way, there was one service dog that was a woman had on a leash. And there weren't any live cats in the convention center, just at the meet and greets. But like this service dog was getting looks like she was Satan.
Wow.
Truly, like, people were dog haters up in that piece.
You would think that a CatCon would be a safe space for everyone to come together. And
no,
really,
I mean, like, I think I saw a man dressed as a cat hiss at the dog.
Oh, no.
Like, so anyway, me and Miles talked for a bit, and then I'm like, I'm just trying to get stories for the podcast. I'm going to peace out.
Yeah.
So I keep walking. But one of the things that interested me so much was how many newfangled litters there are.
Oh.
Kitty litter is crazy.
Okay.
Look,
if you didn't think our podcast was edgy, educational, and
get ready for this litter.
We're young, hip, relevant, and fun.
Talking about litter. No, I don't know if regular kitty litter is bad for the environment. Like, I don't know what it's actually made out of.
You're asking the wrong person.
No idea.
Anything.
But I walked around. I saw kitty litter made out of coconuts. Kitty litter made out of tofu. I'm not kidding. I saw a booth. It was tofu litter.
Do the cats eat? I mean, I just
No.
assume kitty litter's the same as like fish gravel.
Honestly, I was going to say fish gravel 2 seconds ago and was like, what do they call those fish rocks?
I'm sorry for you guys that might think that that's wildly offensive.
No,
to
it looks like fish gravel,
two.
and fish gravel looks like Nerds, the candy.
Yes, it does.
Anyway, I saw neon litter.
Okay.
I was like, why do you need your like cat shit to be pretty?
Because if you host a lot of
Raver
like
cat.
blacklight parties at your house, you want the cat to feel like they're part of it.
Oh, it's for your cat that loves ecstasy. Got it. Molly litter. And then I saw this one.
Uh-oh.
That is called pretty litter.
Yep.
That it's a regular white litter like you'd normally see.
Okay.
But when they pee on it, the pee changed the litter colors to tell you about the cat's health.
That's impossible.
It's not impossible. Where's my phone?
I can understand that the litter would change color like a mood ring, like with the heat of the piss on it, but I can't imagine that it's accurate to
actually a doctor. Well, some of the reviews were like, this helped me catch Fifi's UTI and saved me. It says that if it turns, see it, I'm showing you a picture of it.
Whoa.
Yeah, it looks like, tie-dye.
Yeah.
It says if it's gold and yellow or olive green, healthy cat.
Okay.
Red litter, blood in the urine. And I'm like, well,
That's
blood
obvious.
is also red.
Yeah.
Blue litter, high alkaline content, which may indicate a UTI.
Okay.
Bright green litter, abnormal acidity, which may indicate a metabolic disorder.
Wow.
So I was like, I want some fucking color change in toilet paper.
Yeah. Or some toilet water. How do I filter my own toilet?
Yes,
So if I piss in it, that they're like, you got a UTI, hon.
Yeah, I was going to say,
obviously
I know it's a UTI because it feels like I'm pissing out knives.
It feels like, that I got a flamethrower.
Like, did I drink a bunch of pocket knives last night? Did I eat a handful of tacks?
I have a sweaty flamethrower trying to pass its way through my urinary tract.
Totally. The worst part about a UTI is you feel like you have to pee all the
Constantly.
time. And you know it's going to be like like a beans, like a one drop. And it's going to feel like a machete just came out of your vagina.
You're in full paranoia that you're going to piss your pants at any other moment.
Exactly. So anyway, I thought that litter was crazy.
Okay.
And one of their taglines was, "It's a litter bit amazing."
That's really good. Okay, they did it. Okay, would beans ever piss on litter? Is it only for cats? Can dogs use it too? Because I'm like, can we test this with beans?
I mean, that would be very convenient.
It'd take longer than us choreographing a dance music video. So.
I do know that Beans hates pee pads, but she will piss on a fucking bathroom rug.
Yeah. I mean,
specifically like a bathroom rug.
So why can't they make... Never mind. They've already done this.
No, we'll Shark Tank it. Don't tell anyone. Yeah. So anyway, that was the first few minutes of CatCon. Should I continue?
Yeah, because I was so bummed, and then immediately saw your story the next morning that you're going to CatCon. I was like, of course she is. And I saw Jarrett was going to CatCon.
Yeah.
And I was
Angela Kinsey was there, like doing a meet and greet. She was the cat lady on The Office. I mean,
I want to know, was Ooh La La there?
No, I don't think Ooh La La was there. It was a bunch of Instagram cats that I didn't know.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'm not privy to that world.
What's so funny? I was like, how is Hannah not here? And I went on her Instagram story, and she was having lunch with that cat guy from the Discovery Channel.
She was having lunch with Galaxy Jackson.
Yes. And I was like, she's not at CatCon. She's at lunch with Galaxy Jackson, the cat whisperer, or what is he called?
It's like my cat from hell.
My cat from hell. She was at lunch with him. I was like, of course she's still doing something cat related.
Galaxy Jackson, and he shows up with a guitar case and
full of cat treats.
It's not a guitar. It's toys and treats for cats.
I love it.
And he has endless piercings and confusing tattoos. Yeah,
he's great. Oh, speaking of,
he looks like a David Cross character to me all the time.
I would say yes. Oh my God, yes. Mm-hmm. I would say he's the Guy Fieri of pussy, of cats.
You said it.
I said it. By the way, I was walking through and I was like pretty under the radar there. Like I had a few people do like is that what, you know what I mean? But you just kept walking because I was like unshowered, gross. Like, this is not a time for me to take pictures.
I'm here to take this all in. I'm not the one that's on display. Look around you.
And I like hadn't even had my makeup off from the night before. And someone's like, hey, you're Mamrie Hart. And I go, hey, yeah, what's your name? Nice to meet you. And she goes, I'm just such a big fan of Hannah, so I recognized you. Not like I like your stuff, anything. Like, I'm a big fan of your friend. Story checks out. We're at CatCon. Yeah. And so I recognized you. And I was like, well, thanks, I guess. You have facial recognition abilities. Anyway, it was great.
That's very sweet.
So so there are a few people there dressed as full cats.
Sure.
But specifically, like, I took a picture with this cat that had like a nice body. Like, it was a dude. It was a dude cat.
Wait. He's not wearing a cat body. He's wearing his human body.
But like, he gave the cat a nice body.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means.
And then his girlfriend who was leading him around had the same tail that would move.
Wait.
It was a furry. Oh. That was 100% a furry.
Wait, yeah, I was going to ask, does that bleed over into this?
I think it does.
Okay.
So I hug and then I like point and then I run into Miles and point at the cat. And Miles is like, oh, that's totally a furry.
Yeah.
Like they make it custom to like what arouses them. And like she's into it too, clearly. So there were only like a couple people there in full cat stuff. But it was like, those are not
furries.
They're not representing pretty litter. They're here because that's how they like to fuck. So anyway, I see one more in the lobby and her tag.
Wait, one more person dressed as a cat.
One more cat, yeah.
Okay.
Her tag says Meryl the Feral.
A feral cat.
So I go and
she's the rejected cat from Cats the musical.
Yes, exactly. Oh God, don't get me started.
Don't get me started on Deuteronomy.
Cats is the dumbest shit of all time. So I'm like, I know this person likes to fuck in this outfit, but I need a picture.
Well, to be fair, I'll talk to you about it afterwards. Well,
okay.
No. The same documentary about like the vampires in Austin chronicles like a girl that wants to be a furry, and this is years and years ago, and she's in high school.
Yeah.
And for her, it's less sexual. It's just like they feel more like themselves behind the veil of this like caricature thing.
Got it.
So I think we might misconstrue, and I don't know, this is years and years ago.
Well, I'm sorry if we offend our group of listeners who are furries.
Yeah. And how can you listen to this in that head mask outfit?
Right, totally. Do you have like earbuds built into your head mask?
Probably. Beats by Bay.
You got it. So I am like, Meryl, may I have a picture?
So polite.
I wanted to say that sentence, but to a different Meryl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, Meryl, may I have a picture? And I get someone to take it, and I put my arm around, and she had on like what looked like a little backpack, almost like a camel pack, which I assumed it's like, yeah, cats don't have pockets.
And they get dehydrated. It's hot in this costume.
You need it. Put my hand there. It's vibrating. It was a purr machine. It was like,
what? Wait, what?
And it was vibrating my hand. And I was like, she's got a fucking vibrator on her back so that she that purrs when she's excited.
And now you've been violated
by
accident.
Oh, my hand just fucked Meryl.
No.
Yeah, she started purring with a light vibration when I hugged her for a pic.
That is a lot.
It was a lot. And in that moment, I wish that I had been dressed as Alf. To fuck this CatCon up.
Oh my God. Yeah, that would have ruined CatCon for everyone.
Like they would have been destroyed. So I'm like, all right, well, I need to go wash my hand and check out one more thing before I leave. I was there a total of 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I see around the corner that's all in one exhibit hall. So there's one other little area called Temptations, the cat treat, presents Paradise City.
Everything sounds too sexual now.
Yeah, I know.
Everything sounds...
Temptations is a weird, sexy name for a cat treat.
And then Paradise City.
Paradise City.
Which isn't that AC/DC song?
No, it's Guns N' Roses, but I'm proud of you for knowing it's a song. Oh my gosh. So I walk around the corner to Paradise City. And what Paradise City is, I learn before I get in there, is that it's basically like an Instagram pop-up, like backgrounds that are cool for you to take pictures in. And there's like 3 of them.
Okay.
But there's a fucking line. And I'm like, I refuse to wait in line for anything here at CatCon. So I just go and I'm going to like finish my coffee and I go and sit in a windowsill over in the corner. And then I was like, and then I hear, what are you doing here? It's this guy, Tommy, who works at my old PR company, Metro, Tessa's company. And I'm like,
who could have gotten you in for free?
Well, so I go, what are you doing here? He goes, we represent CatCon. I was like, wow. I was like, cool. He goes, you didn't pay for this, did you? I go, yeah. I mean, you know what? Because I'm not a client right now. So I was like, yeah, I just came last minute. It's all cool. He goes, we invited Grace to come, but she said no.
I didn't say no. I never said no, Tommy.
Someone said no on your behalf.
Tommy,
Tommy wasn't lying. Tommy was simply saying...
Tommy, I never said no.
You said, call me when there's a dog con.
No, I didn't. I said none of that.
Oh my God. Words are being put in your mouth from your booker.
I literally have an email that I checked Friday night.
Oh my God.
That I wrote back.
Things are getting catty.
Welcome to my catwalk. No, no, I never said no. I literally checked that email Friday night, and it was like 2 weeks in the making that I mean, it's my fault for not checking my email regularly.
Tommy invited you through your booker. Anyway, so I'm like, yeah, I'm here. I'm getting ready to leave. Paradise City has a line. And Tommy's like, I can get you through.
What?
So I walk with him and we're doing the whole skip the line, like, pardon me.
Also, sorry, I just pulled up this email.
Sorry, okay.
This email says
I believe you, Grace.
I know, but this email says, I thought it'd be fun for something for Grace and Mamrie. So why was this not ever presented to you?
Why was I not sent this email?
And this was your previous PR company.
We're not talking shit about them.
I'm
they
just
are
letting
fantastic.
You know, PR company, I never said no to you. I just didn't check my emails.
You are really trying to. This is you're making a murderer. You're a prosecutor trying to exonerate yourself.
I'm sweating through my body.
It's 900 degrees out here. Let me get back to my story.
Okay.
So I'm skipping the line and I'm like, pardon me. And he's like, excuse me. Like you would if we are like a VidCon, but we're a fucking Paradise City. And I am peeing laughing. I am like, I cannot believe this is, I'm using a hookup to skip the line at Paradise City. We get to the front, full like velvet rope lifted. Like a literal velvet rope gets lifted and we slide through and I like look back at the plebeians like, sorry, bitch.
Oh my God.
We get in there. It's like, some Instagram setups. I don't need any of that. But then they have, the artist, it was down at the Broad
Banksy.
forever. No, yeah. No, the Broad. It's Kasama and her infinity room of mirrors.
Yes.
They have one of those for you to take a picture in. There's a huge line. No. And I just look and he's like, also we have the Temptations infinity mirrors. And I go, what? I see them open the door for someone to come in to take a pic and it's just the infinity mirrors room, but with bags of cat treats hanging around randomly. I'm like, you guys ripped off a beautiful artist of her work and discovery and just hung some cat treats and you're taking it for your own. It really destroyed me. So that was my CatCon.
Wow.
It was worth every dollar, but it was like that was 1 hour. That was a big hour.
But that's all you need. If you don't own a cat,
right, and
you're not there to meet a specific cat,
right,
what's the point? Yeah.
No, I get you. I will say I prefer the cat competitions.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If there was no competitive side of this whole extravaganza, then it's like, ooh, what am I doing here?
Absolutely.
Oh man. And also I'm not up on my like current internet famous cats right now, other than what's the one that I always hated that had the giant like mean evil face and like
crazy hair.
Yeah, it was dark and it looked like Captain Sad. Like it was.
I feel like he was called like Darth Vader or something. But there was a cat there called the Dark Lord.
Oh.
That was a hairless one. And let's see, Dark Lord cat. I'm going to pull up a pic. You guys Google it right now if you're listening. Yeah, so he is like a crazy little... He was a cute one, but again, I'm not going to stand in line for the Dark Lord.
That thing looks insane.
Yeah. So, speaking, like, look at that crazy guy. So anyway,
Jesus.
Speaking of Dark Lords, then I went to Harry Potter at the Hollywood Bowl with a live orchestra doing the score, which was so cool.
That looked awesome. I saw a couple of different people that I follow on Instagram were there, and I was like, that looks amazing.
It was really fun. And when we left, we did the thing at the Hollywood Bowl where it's impossible to get an Uber. So we just like walked 20 minutes away to Hollywood Boulevard to then find an Uber. But so we're on Hollywood Boulevard. There's an escape room beside us, which we gotta go. We gotta fucking go.
I thought you were telling me that you guys just decided to do a quick escape room while you're waiting.
I'd had a day. So it's called like the Escape Hotel, non-spawn. And this like 6 foot something guy dressed as like, a hotel employee, a bellhop, but with clown makeup is walking out of it directly towards me.
Like he works there? Or is he
like he works there. Okay. Yeah. But he's walking and I'm like, I don't want like
this is people not
be
what
like,
I want.
Come to our hotel. Yeah. Like I don't need the like busker street performer get us in there. And he walks and he looks so fucking scary and he gets 2 feet away from me and he goes, Mamrie Hart, this might get weird. Or something of that. And I was like, hi. And I'm a bottle and a half of wine deep. And I'm like, hey, bitch. I'm like, hey, clown, hey. And immediately hug him. And he's like, I love the podcast.
Oh, that's great.
You need to bring Grace to the escape room. And then I see today, he had tweeted at me, Mitchell Thompson, if you're listening to this.
Hey.
Mamrie's literally the nicest person on the planet. I said hi to her on Hollywood Boulevard while I was wearing a full face full of scary clown makeup outside of a haunted hotel escape room. And she hugged me without a second thought. If you want to do an escape room, let me know. So,
I mean, little does he know that you backfucked a woman dressed as a pussy earlier that day.
After hiring college hunks.
So that was the most
fucking day.
That was the most normal part of your day.
I was like, babe, if you'd have caught me on a normal day, I might be scared right now. But I'm out here hugging clowns on Hollywood Boulevard.
Being like, this grounds me right now.
Absolutely. I was like, thank you for this comforting moment.
Wow. Your Saturday was a full-on Saturday.
Went for it. I fucking
girl.
Went for it.
Whew.
So anyway.
Wow. It's gotten hot in here.
It's really hot. We have to turn off the air conditioning for noise. And it was just like, we are burning up. But speaking of burning up, we are going to be in Austin this weekend.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So on Sunday, July 7th, Mamrie and I will be doing our live podcast at RTX, which is Rooster Teeth. Their convention that they do. So if you guys are at or around that convention, come hang out and watch our podcast live. It's going to be super fun.
It's going to be a blast. I cannot wait to be in Austin for the 4th. And we're going to go river tubing. So there might be some real tales on next week's podcast.
If you didn't hear about as many TAILS tales this week, la la la. Get them next
Horny
week.
Tales. Also, be sure and check out our Patreon, patreon.com/this might get weird. We have all kinds of fun stuff, all different tiers, all different, community and friends are there to be made. And go buy tickets to our tour. Seriously.
Yeah, again, Phoenix, Seattle, Portland, Denver, Dallas, Detroit, and Minneapolis. That's the actual order in which we are doing shows. So
yes. And besides Phoenix, they're all in August. So this isn't a thing where it's like going to be next fall and you can wait to do it. You got to get your tickets now.
We are less than a month away from all of these shows. Ish. So go get your tickets now. We want you guys there. They're going to be fun. Like we said, the shows are going to be a little bit of a combo of this kind of more candid conversation on our podcast, and then more like some like thought out scripted things that are privy to your city and stuff like that.
Which we haven't even started planning, so we should probably end this podcast.
Yep,
and
gotta go.
All right, bye.